Mhm. So, good afternoon, friends. I'm back here at Marine Park. Rebels, USA versus Gujranwala Wolves. And we're going to be starting this match in a few minutes. Umpire just waiting for the scoreboard to get and the scores to get ready. So, hazy sunshine now at Marine Park. We see the batsmen doing some exercise, flexing their muscles, trying to get loose. So, let's say Rebels versus Wolves. Minhas is the batsman facing. False start. Umpire says, hold your horse's son. I'm not ready. It's going to be Mohammed, the bowler. He's going to bowl from around the wicket, right arm around the wicket. Goes past umpire now and bowls this one outside the off stump. And well, colleague probably keeper standing back. And there's no run. So match on the way. Wolves versus Rebels. Minas Strauji and Malik Chan, the opening batsman. So Minas faced in. Good strike of the ball. Mohammed Ilyas. Right arm fast medium, and he's going to come from around the wicket now. Nice approach. Goes past Sampan, bowls this one. And Minas is driving and missing, well collected by the keeper. Outside the off stump, he's bowling with the angle, so he's forcing the batsman to play on the offside. And the field for Minas is a third man, backward point, cover, extra cover, mid off. So Mohammed Elias goes pampa and bowls this one, and Minas in behind it, plays it nicely down to mid wicket, and the fielder comes wrong, fumbles, doesn't pick it up, and the batsman across for one run. So on the board now, Rebels one without loss. Brings Malik into strike. Malik Chan, the onside for Malik Chan is a break as Elias goes past Ampa and bowls this one, and he flicks it straight to the man at square leg, but takes a single. So Rebels underway, two without loss. Brings Minhas Trauji back into strike. He's one from three balls so far. On the onside, you have a man in the long leg boundary, a man in the square leg boundary, a short mid wicket, and a man in the long on boundary. So predominant offside field, 5-4. Elias goes past Sampan, bowls to Chowji drive. Minas straight to the man at mid off. My next door neighbor. And there's no run. Some adjustments to the field. The long off goes back and the long on goes in. Elias comes up, bowls, and Minas is driving, tugging it really. And ball goes down to the. Oh my gracious goodness me! That's sloppy work, using his foot instead of his hands, and the ball goes into the boundary for 4 runs. I mean, that was an easy stop there with it. If you just bend there with his hands and pick it up, no support for the bowler whatsoever, I mean, in this kind of cricket, this format of cricket, you have to give the bowler every single support you can. So Rebels 6 without loss from the first over. As a nice cool breeze blowing across the Marine Park Oval as the field changes over. As I say, we're playing from one end, and the reason that for that, just to speed up the game, 17 overs affair. So Rebels 6 without loss versus Gujranwala Wolves. So let's just say the Wolves. And Malik Chan is going to be faced in, and wicketkeeper standing up, standing back. Bowler jersey number 23. He's going to run in from the commentator booth end. Goes past umpire. Short, wide delivery, wayward delivery outside the off stump. Umpire signal wide. So wicketkeeper standing a fair distance back. The bowler is Fahad Kabir. Seems like he has a bit of pace. Chips begins to move in now. Bosas umpire and Bosa Malik way outside the off stump, wide again, but good pace, good bounce, good carry, and wicketkeeper skipping across to his right and taking it, passes the ball to the fielder. A slip or backward, a fly slip really. So shadows lengthening. Sun is not out in all its glory anymore, just a hazy sunshine. Fahad Kabir, nice approach to the crease, goes past Ampana and bowls this one. Wayward delivery again. And this is 3 consecutive wide delivery. He has some pace, but this is T20 cricket. You should be basically looking for your line and lengths and hit good areas, and then the pace could come after. But sometimes when a bowler has good, decent and genuine pace, they normally get carried away. So Malik Chan, upright stance. Comes up also Chan, and Chan is swinging it outside the left. There's a appeal for caught behind. He's out caught at the wicket. This time, no movement of the feet for whatever, just swinging to the line. And as I said, that's a cardinal error of a opening batsman. He didn't trigger, he didn't go across, he just stand and deliver. And with a new ball, your chances of getting an edge is always great. And it just took the edge, and wicketkeeper took a beautiful catch. So the Wolves are cock-a-hoot right now. First wickets in the second over. Fahad Kabir striking. Malik Chan, caught wicketkeeper as he walks dejectedly back to the pavilion for 1 run. So the new batsman stroll into the crease. Blue pads, blue helmet. Raja. Nice temperature now. Nice breeze. It's about 78 degrees. Good temperature for cricket. Raja Asim is the new batsman. Walks in at number 3. So far 3 extras, which is 3 wides. The total is 9 for 1 wicket. And takes his guard from the umpire. And Fahad Kabir is going to be running in from the commentator booth end now. Lively, fast medium bowler. Goes past umpire now and bowls this one. And flashes outside the off stump. And there's no run. These type of bowler get me excited as a cricketer, as a batsman. When I'm batting and a bowler is has some pace, it gets my adrenaline pumping. You know, and my method of playing these kind of bowlers are fight fire with fire. You know, you bat them aggressively. You can't really, if you just stay back and let them all over you, then they would out you very quickly. Kabir comes up post to wide delivery, wayward delivery. This is not good bowling at all by Fahad. Slingy action, good approach, but no line and length. Just, I think it's probably excited by the occasion. As a bowler in T20 cricket, you have a job to do. You know, you could lose a match by just giving away extras. But early stages of the game now. He's in his first over, so let's cut him some slack. Fahad goes past umpire now and bowls, and he's driving that, powerfully stricken. Powerful stroke there, and the fielder knocking it down with his shins. He doesn't rub, but that ball was a powerful strike there by Minas Chowdhury. Fahad goes past umpire now and bowls this one, and he's driving. Glorious shot, 4 runs. So Minhas striking his first boundary here. That was a half volley, and always playing under, looking for that drive. Minhas, powerful batsman, and the ball went into the boundary for 4. The total is 11 for 1. Actually 15 for 1. As I said, the scoreboard updates a bit slow. So exciting T20 cricket here at Marine Park, Brooklyn. This is the Labor Day Cup, sponsored by the Big Tree. Fahad Kabir is going to run in from the commentator booth end to bowl to Minas Chowdhury. Wicketkeeper standing way back. Chips begins to move in now. Goes past Ampano and bowls this one. And Minas is hitting it hard into the ground. Goes down to Naeem on the boundary. Picks up, underarms it back to the bowler. Total goes up by 1 to 16 for 1. So far, 1 delivery, 1 legal delivery to come. So Rebels 16 for 1. Minas Chowdhury is on 10. Raja Asim yet to get off the mark. Taps his bat and waits. As Fahad goes past Ampano and bowls this one. And he's just pulling it back. Beaten for pace, really. And ends the over. Latest score here at Marine Park. Rebels versus the Wolves. 16 for 1 from 2 overs. Back to master control. So it's going to be Mohamed Ilyas, right arm fast medium. He's going to bowl from around the wicket to Chowdhury. Comes up, bowls to Chowdhury, and Chowdhury is swinging, a mighty swing there across the line. And the bowler puts his hands on his head and say, oh my God, how that did not hit that stump. And well collected by wicketkeeper standing back.
A D wicket. D wicket. 18.4. 50 ball 109, 61 133.
Wow. So score here at Marine Park. I just want to give you a score at one of the other matches. 267 for 1 in 20 overs. Smith Patel 123.
volunteer ek nahi hega te
So we're back at cricket here at new pitch B.
You earn your shirt. You earn your
Minas Trauji is on 14. Raza Asim yet to get off the mark. We're going to have Mohamed Ilyas going to come in. As I say, he's bowling from around the wicket, trying to take the ball away from the batsman hitting zone. Minas Trauji taps his bat and waits. Ilyas comes up, bounces Trauji. Trauji is wrapped in the pad, or also looks like the leading edge goes down to mid-off. And in the meantime, the batsman cross for 1 run brings Raja Asim into strike.
part of the job. That's what you sign up for. You should know that. I know very well. Yara ki.
Ilyas comes up, bows to Raja. Raja hits it high in the air, doesn't time it cleanly. A fielder's getting under it. Seems like Stout, and he takes the catch. Kevin Stout, the Barbados player there. First wicket goes. Raja Azim goes for a duck as the duck follows him off the field, trying to go too hard, too early without playing himself in. And with the angle Mohamed Ilyas was bowling, it was only just a matter of time before he got him to play in the offside. And the Wolves are cock-a-hoot right now. So Raza Azim caught Stout, bowled Mohamed Ilyas for a duck as the new batsman walks in. Maroon helmet. Denville Mackenzie, a Jamaican. So Rebels USA backs against the wall, 21 for 2 in 2.4 overs of 17 overs affair here at Marine Park, Brooklyn, as Denville Mackenzie walks in.
मेरे भाई आपने
So Menas is on 15 and he's going to be taking strike from Mohamed Ilyas from around the wicket. Goes past Ampan, bowls, and he hits it, bangs it really. 4 runs. Powerful strike there by Trauji Minhas. And that ball dissected the field into the boundary for 4 runs. Total goes up to 25 for 2.
स्ट्राइकर नु ना नहीं बनना पैना हवा नहीं देते
Sun is out in all its glory now again, peeping out. As Minhas looks around the field, looks at the square leg, sees there's no fielder there. Ilyas goes past Ampan, bowls this one, and he's just driving it elegantly into the covers. In the meantime, the batsman just crossed for 1 run. So the bowling figure so far, Ilyas 2 overs, no maiden, 16 runs, 1 wicket, strike. And Fahad Kabir 1 over, no maiden, 10 runs, 1 wicket. So both bowlers getting a wicket. So Rebels sporting the banana looking yellow uniform. And the Wolves wearing black and orange. So let's look at the field for Fahad. See, he has some pace, so you expect the ball to carry to the boundary when it comes off the bat, because these bats these guys using these days are so good that all you just need to just is use the pace of the bowler. So you have like a third man, a backward point, a point A cover, extra cover. A long off. 6 men at the offside. Fahad comes up. Also, has wayward down the leg side. Jesus, my lord. That's a wide. That's 4 wides. That was almost a leg slip. So this is not good bowling here by Kabir. I think he's just trying to bowl too fast. I mean, this is a T20 match, and economy and variations is more important than pace. But that was a wayward delivery. The keeper, Mohamed Mazhar, dived to his left and he still couldn't gather that ball. And it went down to the boundary for 4 wides. So 5 runs to the total. It goes up to 31 for 2. Fahad is bowling some untidy stuff here. Like I say, not because you have the pace. You have to just run in and just bowl fast. You know, T20 cricket is about hitting good line length areas and trying to outsmart the batsman. But right now he's just bowling one here, one there. You know. So let's see how he comes back. Minhas waiting patiently. Upright stance. Fahad comes up also Minhas, and Minhas is in behind that. That's a good delivery, good comeback by Fahad. This time just top of off stump on a good line and just get in behind it and played it right back to the bowler. So the bowler is rubbing the ball on his flannels. I never really understand why bowlers try to shine the white ball. The white ball don't take any shine whatsoever. The red ball, yes, I could understand. So here comes Fahad, running away from the commentator booth end and bowls to Minhas, and Minhas is in behind it. Well played. Respecting a good delivery. And this one is just about the off stump, moving away. And a good length in the business area, in the corridor of uncertainty. And Minhas could only push it where Kevin Stout, the former Barbados player, comes across and fields, and there's no run there. 31 for 2. We're in the 4th over of the 17 overs aside match at Marine Park. Fahad comes up also. Maynard is swinging across the line. That's a swipe. That's an ugly shot. That's an agricultural shot. That's basically premeditating and well taken by wicketkeeper Mohamed Mazhar standing back. As a batsman in T20, you should just really play the ball on merit. I mean, if you have all the strokes, you wouldn't have any difficulty of finding the boundaries. But when you just stand and just swipe, it just looks ugly. But Minhas is a good batsman. He's much better than what we're seeing right now. Plays for Diamonds. Fahad goes past Ampan Bowes, and that's a good delivery. He just punches it off the back foot, goes into the boundary for 4 runs. The minute it passed the inner ring, and Umar couldn't get across there. That was 4 runs. Good looking shot this time. As I said before, the previous delivery was a big swipe, and this ball, he just played a cricketing stroke. And lovely to see. It went all along the ground and beat the quick outfield here at Marine Park, and it went into the boundary for 4 runs. So the total is the 35 for 2. Any batsman want to score runs should come and play in Brooklyn this time of the year. It's the best and quickest outfield in the northeast right now. No grass on the fields, just a lot of brown patches. And most of the grounds are 65 to 75 meters. Fahad, a bit expensive, running past the umpire and way down the leg side. Minhas pulled and misses. That's basically was a free hit, but misses it, trying to probably hit it too hard. Good pace, as I say. Fahad Kabir has good pace, but just a lot of ill-directed deliveries. Reminds me of a young Shoaib Akhtar when he used to just run in and let it go. But this is T20 cricket. Total is 36 for 2 Rebels. We're in the 4th over here. Fahad goes past umpire and bowls this one. And Mohas is pulling, Minhas is pulling, basically beating for pace there. And before he was through the shot, that ball had hit the bat, but it didn't had enough momentum to take to the short mid-on fielder. And the meantime, the batsman just crossed for 1. Brings Denville McKenzie, the pro, into strike. These guys who call themselves the pro got to produce a little bit more too. You can't be a pro and just making 20 and 10 runs. You got to score centuries and 50s. You got to show your worth as a cricketer, basically, when you're playing as a pro. No excuse whatsoever. I hope I'm not being too harsh, but that's the way. When I play for other teams, I'm the pro. I want to perform. If I feel I can't sleep the whole week, Fahad comes up, post to Mackenzie. Mackenzie is cracking that lovely shot, 4 runs. That was a good shot. That was off the back foot, wit, and that ball making a nice song there, and Willow, and it raced down to the boundary for 4 runs. So Mackenzie looked good, and that was a off the back foot punch. He's using one of those Chris Gayle boss cricket bat, and made a nice, lovely song. It doesn't have any stick on it, but I know that's one of Chris Gayle bat, and it went to the boundary for 4 runs. So Mackenzie will be hoping to make a big 50 here today. Sun is out in all its glory here. Nice cool breeze blowing across. It's a tricky day in Marine Park. One day, one moment it's a bit hot, and the next moment you get a nice breeze blowing across. Sometimes the breeze blows from east to west, and then it blows from west to east. Not sure of the dynamics, but right now the sun is out in all its glory. And Mohamed Elias, it seems like he's going to bowl his 3 consecutive overs. So far he has 2 overs of 16 runs, 1 wicket. So as I was saying, when you're playing as a pro, in any sports, you have to produce. Elias comes up also, Minas flicks it, and appeal for a caught behind. Maza just diving to his left there. Ball probably just brushing the batsman pads. And no signal from the umpire. Just a stifle appeal from Mohamed Elias. Minas Trauji cracked us for a few last year. Nice approach by Mohamed Elias around the wicket and bowls this one, and he's driving it. Powerful stroke. The fielder goes down this time in the approved manner, fields, and he gets a clap from Naeem. And just one more run to the total brings Mackenzie into strike. So Mackenzie using the West Indies maroon helmet. Looks around the field. Rebels 37 for 2 in 3.5 overs in a 17 overs aside against the Gujranwala Wolves. Kenzie, big open stance. Mohammed comes up. Oh, well bowled, well played. And he gets a single. He digged it out. That was a Yorker length delivery by Mohamed Elias. And the bat coming down and just digging out. The ball goes out to mid-wicket, and he got 1 run. Rotation of the strike brings Minhas Trauji back into strike. Beautiful day for cricket at Marine Park here. So the Rebels versus the Wolves. This is the Labor Day Cup, sponsored by the Big Tree. Mohamed Elias, nice approach, nice action. Bowls and Minhas hits it high, hard, handsome over mid-wicket cow corner into the boundary for 6 runs. That ball was a half volleyish on the leg stump, and Minhas in a nonsense mood, and that ball making a nice song there, and the willow, and it went over the boundary 4 or 5 yards for 6 runs. So Minhas Trauji, no nonsense batsman. He's on to 32. Mohamed Elias, what would he do? What was his comeback delivery? And he hits it again. That's another 6 runs. Fantastic striking there by Minhas. This time between mid-wicket and square leg. 1 bounce over the boundary there for 6 runs. 1 bounce after it fell over the boundary. And that was a good shot there by Minhas. Beautiful batting here. I mean, he hits a long ball, as we all know in Brooklyn League. If he gets going, he can score quickly. And he hits a long ball. And the total goes up to 55 for 2. And this is good batting here. 55 for 2. And from 5 overs, Minas is on 32 from 22 deliveries. And Denville McKenzie is on 5. So Elias, I think, let's see his change up delivery. Mohammed Elias, 2 overs and 5 balls, no maidens, 30 runs, 1 wicket, goes around the wicket again, into balls to Chowji. Chowji plays it respectfully down to mid-off. And in the meantime, the batsman crossed for 1 runs. 1 run, bring the over to end. 56 for 2 Rebels from 5 overs. So the projected score is 190 runs. The current run rate is 11.20, and the current partnership is 35 runs from 16 deliveries. Bowling figures: Elias 3 overs, no maidens, 31 runs, 1 wicket, and Fahad Kabir 2 overs, no maidens, 25 runs, 1 wicket. Very expensive. In T20 cricket, a bowler going at 8 runs or over is considered very good economy. So anything over 8 runs or over is considered expensive bowling. And we have the professional, the man from Barbados, Kevin Stout, always a good bowler. But let's see how he goes today. It's a different kind of surface. When you play a turf pitch, it's a little bit different than bowling on a matting pitch. And to Stout, jersey 85. He's rubbing the ball on his funnels and he sets in the field. Let's start with the offside. He has a third man on the boundary, a backward point, a cover sweeping, and they have a long off sweeping. And the onside, he have a man on the long on boundary and the cow corner boundary, a short mid wicket and a short fine leg. Stout goes past umpire outside the off stump, and Minas just hitting it hard into the ground, straight to the cover fielder, and there is no run. 56 for 2. Kevin Stout, the man from Barbados, professional, played for Windward Islands in the first class setup. Played for Barbados, a gritty cricketer, a very good cricketer. Always seems to be in the action. Nice approach. Comes up outside the off stump. Wide signal by umpire. So Stout would be bowling wide of off stump, trying to use his skills. Good start so far. A bowler who was a player who was, I think, unlucky not to play for West Indies. Stout comes up, bowls, and Minas is driving. Powerful shot down to Naeem. Naeem goes across and fields 1 bounce. Good work by Naeem. And 1 run there to Minas Trauji. Bring Denville McKenzie, the man from Westmoreland in Jamaica, the former Jamaica fast medium bowler, into strike. Hits a long ball if he gets going. Kevin Stout begins to move in from the commentator booth and goes past umpire now and bowls this one. Oh, Yorker length, good delivery. McKenzie showing some respect and just digging out nicely. And the ball goes down to cover where Umar Farouk fields, picks up, throws in. In the meantime, the batsman goes for 1 run. Gets 1 run. Rotation of the strike. Minhas, powerful lad. Stout comes up also, Minas, and he's flashing it out wide outside the off stump. So as we see, Stout is going to be bowling outside the off stump. He's going to be mixing up his deliveries, and he's not going to bowl too close to Minhas. Smart cricketer. So he's trying now climatized to playing cricket in America and the matting. Showing his worth here. This over, not bad so far. Minhas Trauzi, green helmet, comes up also Trauzi, and Trauzi is hitting off the outside portion of the bat, goes down to the man and third man, comes off the boundary, fields, throws in. 1 more run to the total. So far this is a good over by Kevin Stout. A forget which club he plays for in Barbados.
जी
You gotta look that up.
कहाँ का
Total is on 61 for 2. Good over so far
ये किस ground
in the
का?
context
कहाँ
of the
पे हो?
game
आपको-
by Kevin
आपको-
Stout. Comes up also Denville McKenzie and he digs it out again. That's a Yorker length.
Okay.
Good smart bowling here by Stout. And the ball
MPK
goes down to the fielder and the long on boundary
MPKD.
picks up, underarms it back.
MPKD MPK
So far Stout has bowled 5 deliveries, legal
1, 2,
deliveries
3.
for 6 runs. Economy is 7.2. Total 62 for 2.
पासवर्ड है
Projected
Labor
score
Day का।
181. Stout goes past Ampana and bowls this one. And Minas in a respectful manner in behind it and pushes it on the offside. The bowler goes out, plays a bit of soccer, picks up,
जी
ends the over. The latest score here at Marine Park, 17 over a fair match. Rebels USA 62
जी
for
आ गया?
2 from 6 overs. Back to master control.
One, two, three.
So we're going to have Rizwan Akram,
ABOR
former Punjab bowler, comes up also Mackenzie. Mackenzie's for defensive, stubs it, pushes it out on the offside, and there's no run. Good start here by off spinner Rizwan Akram. So as I say, a former Punjab cricket club off spinner, played in Brooklyn League for many years since he was a young man. Still a young man, but we're talking about 2001, 2002, 2005. Rizwan comes up also Mackenzie. Mackenzie is playing that nicely down to mid wicket for 1. Good start by Rizwan. 2 deliveries. So very important to bowl to try and contain these batsmen just by bowling dot deliveries, force the batsman to do something out of the ordinary. Comes up also Minas. Minas is off the back foot, punching it out in the covers. The fielder comes off the cover boundary, fields, and in the meantime the batsman cross for 1 run. Rizwan comes up also. Mackenzie. Mackenzie is swinging across the line there. That ball goes down to the field and the square leg boundary. Comes off, throws in, 3-4 bounces to the wicket keeper. .65 for 2 here. Good over so far by Rizwan. Minas hits it high, hard, some out of the ground for 6 runs. Over cow corner, give him the long handle. And that was a magnificent strike there by Minas. Rizwan tossed it up and the batsman obliging. And fantastic strike there. Out of the boundary for 6 runs. Beautiful batting here by Minas Chowdhury. Score goes up to 71 for 2.
सलमान भाई सलाम अलैकुम सलाम अलैकुम
Ball it back with the off spinner Rizwan. Up he comes. Outside the off stump, too close for the cutting, and there's no run. So good finish to the over by Rizwan Akram. 1 over for 9 runs, so the total is in 71 for 2. Rebels batting first in this encounter. 17 overs aside. This is the Labor Day Cup, sponsored by the Big Tree Sports. And we're going to see the pro Kevin Stout is going to come in to bowl his second over. And this time he's going to be bowling to Mackenzie, Denville Mackenzie, a former Jamaica player. Fast bowler by trade, but a good hitter if he gets going. You don't know? Yeah. Which club he plays for in Barbados? Spartans?
What club?
What's the name of the team he plays for in Barbados? You don't know? You should know that as his dad. And that was, oh, this is some sloppy work here. 4 runs. That wasn't good work at all by the fielders. And misfield there, and the ball is 4 runs there. So Mackenzie, he goes up to 13. So Stout, top of his mark. Good action, simple action. Comes up and bowls to Mackenzie. Mackenzie is 4 defensive, just pushes into the covers, no run. Good ball in here, right on target. And Mackenzie just tapping it out in the offside. Rehearses the stroke. So far, Stout, 1.2 overs for 10 runs, no wickets. Mackenzie's on 13 from 9 deliveries. Minhas, Trousie at the other end, non-striker end, and 48 from 30 deliveries. Rebels USA 75 for 2 in the 17 overs affair aside match. Stout goes past umpire now and bowls this one. And Mackenzie is digging it out. That was a good delivery by Stout, right up in the block hole. And the fielder fumbles on the boundary there, picks up, and the batsman doesn't attempt to take another run. So, good bowling so far by Stout. I think he's using his experience. He knows he can't bowl any half volleys or leg side deliveries to these batsmen. Stout comes up, goes past umpire and bowls to Minhas, and Minhas is pulling. It didn't give him the room to free his arms, and the ball just tugged it down to long on at the meantime. The batsman crossed for 1 run. Minhas goes up to 49, and the total goes up to 77 for 2. Rebels USA batting first in this encounter here. Beautiful day for cricket. Shadows begins to lengthen. Stout goes past umpire and bowls Mackenzie. Mackenzie is in behind it. It's an appeal for LBW. Nado says the umpire. So that's probably just an inside edge, but the bowler wasn't aware of the inside edge. He was appealing for. Well, actually, it's. Wow, well, that was a good shot because he didn't get an inside edge and the umpire just signaled leg by. So maybe it was a bit high. So the umpire's in the best vantage point here. Stout goes past umpire and bowls to Minhas, and Minhas is banging that nicely. 6 runs. Fantastic shot. That's a gorgeous shot. Marvelous shot. It was short. You can't bowl short to this man. And he got in behind it because remember the matting, when he drops short on the matting, it delays a bit. And the batsman was in position and just hit it nicely. Well executed pole shot for 6 runs. He goes up to 55, playing a beautiful hand here for Rebels. So he's 55 from 32 deliveries. As the end's over. 8 overs completed so far. So another 9 overs to go. So we're back at the cricket here. We're at the Labour Day Cup in Marine Park, sponsored by the Big Tree. Wisdom Akram comes up also. Mackenzie just taps it on the offside there. 4 defensive and there's no run. So Akram, a very good bowler, got the second most wicket in the Brooklyn 40 overs cricket this week. This year, I beg your pardon there. Akram comes up also to Mackenzie. Mackenzie pulls it, 6 runs out of the ground. That's a short delivery, and he played it with the third. And Denville Mackenzie from Jamaica, Westmoreland, former Jamaica player, just got into the wicket there and just swung it around nicely for 6 runs. That was a great shot. Power and a lot of elevation there. And that was 6 runs to Mackenzie. He goes up to 20. The total goes up to 90 for 2. As I say, he made a T20 century for Middlesex last season. And he hits a long ball. The ball is back with Rizwan Akram. And the field for Mackenzie have men in the square leg boundary, cow corner boundary, long on boundary, a short mid wicket. Rizwan Akram comes up. Mackenzie's off the back foot and just punches into the extra cover region. And good feeling there. Good backed up by Uma. So good comeback there by Rizwan Akram. Off spinner. Actually gives the ball a good twerk. Comes up also Mackenzie. Mackenzie is off the back foot again. Pushes it into the covers. This time gets a single. The ball goes down to the man Salik Iqbal. Comes off the boundary. Long off boundary. Underarms it back in. So brings Chowdhury back into strike. Good rotation of the strike here. 91 for 2. Rebels USA. Wide delivery, quicker delivery, and that ball that looked like the top spinner, and well collected by wicketkeeper Mohamed Mazar standing up. Rizwan bowls, and he's dropped in the pad. He's out. LBW. Oh my gracious goodness me! That looks like it. That looks like it would have hit the leg on the middle stump, and umpire signaling leg by. So that looks very close. Let's see the replay. It didn't come?
I didn't catch it.
Okay.
I can only catch some part.
Okay. So Mackenzie's back in strike. Rizwan comes up also Mackenzie and he's off the back foot. Just striking it into the covers and the main time to cross for 1 run. The total goes up to 94 for 2. Mackenzie's on 22 and Mina Strauss is on 55. So projected score is 178. Current run rate 10.4. And the current partnership is 73 from 43 deliveries. Rizwan Akram, 2 overs, no maidens, 18 runs, no wicket. And Kevin Stout, 2 overs, 18 runs, no wicket. Economy of 9. $94 for 2 from 9 overs. So, new bowler going to be introduced into the attack. It's going to be Naheem Mohammed, off spinner. I remember when Naeem started to play cricket in the Brooklyn era, 1996. Used to come down to Marine Park. Those days he couldn't make any cricket team, but he used to come down and practice at the D wicket. He was about, I think, 12 years old those days. So he's going to be bowling to Denville Mackenzie, Mohamed Naeem. Mackenzie off the back foot, lets it go. Good delivery. He's a good bowler. He skids the ball through. Actually can beat it for pace as a spinner. And tall lad. Comes from a high arm action. And Mackenzie is pulling there. And ball goes down to the man and the square leg boundary there. Between square leg and mid wicket boundary. Stout picks up, throws in. Good throw. Good feeling. So you want to get your good feelers, your best feelers in like cow corner, backward point, areas that the ball is going to be going most of the time, in the business area. So Naheem Mohammed, t-shirts, saying 786. Not sure what that means, but every number, player number, have a meaning. Here comes Naeem, off break, tall lad, tossed up, and Menas is powering it up, just trying to hit that so hard, didn't time it. It went to Umar Farouk, who fumbled at mid wicket, and Umar Farouk shirt is saying 300. Here comes Naeem, off breaks, and he hits it, and he's going to be out caught. He's out caught. That was a good delivery by Naeem. Tossed up. Minas was trying to hit it. That ball was pitched up. He was on the back foot, so he couldn't get the power and elevation, and the ball came off the top of the portion of the bat, and it spooned to the man at extra cover, who took an easy lollipop catch, and another wicket falls. The damage has been done by Minas Chowdhury as he walks back to the pavilion. Rebels USA 95 for 3. Minhas, a beautiful hand, 55 from 35 deliveries. 5 fours and 4 sixes, strike rate 157.14. Did his job as the new batsman strolls to the crease. Ali. $95 for 3. Temperature drops. It's about 70 degrees now. Slight breeze blowing across. No sunshine whatsoever now. Shadows begin to lengthen. Ali Ume Anjum is the new batsman. Left-handed batsman. Field for Ali. Seems like he's a big hitter. You have a man in the square leg boundary, man in the mid wicket boundary, man in the long on boundary, man in the extra cover boundary, man in the long off boundary. And first delivery, top of off stump, well bowled by Naeem. Batsman off the back foot, playing a cut shot to a ball that was well pitched up. Should have been on the front foot. Naeem comes up high, action, tossed up, and he's bowled. Clean bowl, playing back when he should have been forward. As I say, same thing he did to the previous delivery. And Ali walks back dejectedly, the leg stump not back. And he goes back to the pavilion for a cold shower. Naeem striking again. 95 for 4. So that was a good over by Naeem Arif. Actually 5 deliveries, 1 run, 2 wickets. So as I told you guys before, $95 for 4. Naeem Arif 1 over 2 run, 1 over 1 run, 2 wickets, and this is fantastic bowling here in a T20 game. Naeem Arif, tall, lanky off spinner, 1 over, no maiden, 1 run, 2 wickets, economy of 1 run, and there's a new batsman walked in, Jasmeet Singh. Sporting number 5 and his t-shirt. And it's going to be Rizwan Akram to pick up the attack, and he's going to be bowling to Denville Mackenzie, a former Jamaica national fast bowler, a man from Westmoreland in Jamaica, applies his trade in America. Rizwan comes up also. Denville just pushes it back to the bowler in a approved manner. There's no run there. Rizwan Akram, experienced off spinner, played for Punjab in the Brooklyn League for many years, and Mackenzie's flicking it nicely. There's runs in the making here. The fielder comes across, cannot stop it, and it goes into the boundary for 4 runs. That was a good shot by Mackenzie. Just flick it elegantly off his legs. As I say, he's a powerful, strong man. And that ball raced down to the square leg boundary for 4 runs. Total goes up to 99 for 4. Rebels USA taking first strike in a 17 overs contest here. Comes up also Mackenzie. Mackenzie goes back and take up the inner portion of the bat. There could be 2 runs here. Turns and comes back the fielder. Bowler some not tidying up here. And this is a comedy of errors. Everybody just throwing the ball and no one is stopping the ball. It's just missing the stump, missing the fielder. So 101 for 4. Wisdom Akram in his 3rd over. Off spinner. Has a bag of tricks. Comes up. Mackenzie hits it high, hard, handsome. It's going to go down to the boundary. And that's good feeling here by Salik Iqbal. Very agile. Just coming across and stopped it just in front of the commentator booth there. And in the meantime, the batsman crossed for 1 run. So that was good work, good all-round cricket, good batting, good bowling, good fielding. Rizwan comes up, bowls to Jasmeet Singh, and Singh is swiping across the line. Agricultural stroke, something like what you call a cane cutter shot in the Caribbean. And the ball goes down to the man in the square leg boundary, who throws in. In the meantime, the batsman crossed for 1 run. 104 for 3. Rebels USA versus the Gujranwala Wolves. A beautiful day for cricket here at Marine Park. Rizam Akram comes up also. Mackenzie is far defensive in the approved manner, showing some respect. Back to the bowler, ends the over. So Rizram 3 overs for 26 runs. A lovely day for cricket here at Marine Park. There's a break. So we're back at Marine Park here live. This is the Labor Day Cup, sponsored by the Big Tree Sports. Naeem Arif, tall lad, comes up. And Jasmeet is banging that nicely for 6 runs. Over cow corner. That was a great shot by Jasmeet. More power than really playing with elegance there. Powered it. And that was a fantastic strike in there by Jasmeet Singh. 6 runs. The sun is peeping out, as I say. It's 4:55 in New York. Naeem comes up also. Jasmeet, he cuts it. Fantastic strike, 4 runs. This time on the offside, the bowler urged this time, bowling a little bit wide, give him some wit. And Jasmeet capitalizing, played a fantastic, that was a marvelous stroke there for 4 runs. So Jasmeet is on 11 from 3 deliveries. Denville Mackenzie's on 30 from 23 deliveries. Rebels USA 113 for 4. Naeem Arif. And Jasmeet swings it. 6 runs. Fantastic strike there by Jasmeet. More like a sweep pull, a cross between both shots. And he is using a good will there. And that ball just rushed to the boundary, over the boundary there for 6 runs. Fantastic cricket here in this T20 affair at Marine Park. So Naeem Arif would need to rethink his strategy, how he's going to bowl to this batsman. Jasmeet Singh seems like he plays the ball on both sides of the pitch very well. Played a nice square cut there, played a sweep, played a drive in a previous ball. Arif comes up and off the back foot and he cuts it 4 runs. This is not good bowling here by Naeem, just strain a bit. But as I say, the batsman is in fine form and displaying wide away of strokes and 4 more runs. This is fantastic batting by Jasmeet Singh. So he's on 21 from 5 deliveries. Giving the Rebels team the impetus it was looking for, and up in the scoring rate, the strike rate, to 123 for 4. Good batting here so far by Jasmeet Singh and Denville Mackenzie. Naeem comes up. And that was a bad shot. That was an agricultural shot. That was a premeditated shot. He bowled it full and he bowled it on the off stump, just about outside the off stump, but he was pulling across the line even before the bowler delivered the ball. So, I mean, he's better than that. He can play all the cricket strokes, so he don't need to be premeditating. Just play the ball on merit. 11.4 overs already bowled. Comes up, bowls to Jasmeet off the bat and pushing the bat, goes down behind the wicketkeeper. The man from third man came across and fields, and no run. Ends the over. The latest score here at Marine Park. Rebels USA 123 for 4. Taking first snap versus Gujranwala Wolves. Back to master control. So Mackenzie just tugging it there. That was the bowler Kevin Stout just reintroduced into the attack, going full and more like a French cut by Denville Mackenzie. Ball coming off the inner portion of the bat, went down to the square leg boundary there. The fielder comes up, picks up nicely, and 1 run to the total. So 124 for 4. This is Kevin Stout. He's in his 3rd over. He's going to be bowling to Jasmeet Singh on 21. Red hot Jasmeet Singh. So he's in 21 from 7 deliveries. Denville Mackenzie is on 31 from 24 deliveries as Kevin Stout begins to move in from the commentator booth and goes past Ampan, bowls this one, and Jasmeet just slapping it down to the man at wide cover boundary. Salik Iqbal picks up, throws in, and in the meantime the batsman crossed for 1 run. So Jasmeet Singh going great guns on 22. Denville Mackenzie, the man from Westmoreland, Jamaica, facing Kevin Stout from Barbados, and that was a good delivery. That was top of off stump. That one had a little bit more pace, a little bit of venom by Kevin Stout. Top of off stump, and wicketkeeper taking it head height, and good delivery by Stout. Just mixing up his pace. That was a quicker delivery. That was more like 85 miles per hour. He's averaging about 78. Stout begins to move in, goes past Ampar now and bowls to Mackenzie. Oh, that was a good delivery. That was a Yorker right up in the black hole. He just digged it out, showing some respect. And the ball came off the outer portion of the bat, went down to backward point. The fielder picked up, chosen. And in the meantime, the batsman just crossed for 1 run. So nice breeze again here at Marine Park. The sun is out in all its glory. He's playing hide and seek all afternoon. And he's going to be Kevin Stout, the former first-class player, is going to come into bowl to Jasmeet Singh. Taps his bat and waits And he swings across the line. There's a appeal for caught behind. Umpire. So Stout is inquiring. Ball seems like it came off the tie pad. And umpire says not out. So Stout is just asking the umpire or asking the batsman if it came off the bat. But you know, the batsman is never going to say the ball is going to come off the bat. Well collected by wicketkeeper Mohammed Mazhar standing back. So Stout, nice approach, nice action. Goes past umpire and bowls. And that was a good delivery. Using his all the tricks up his sleeve. As I said, this man played cricket at the highest level in the Caribbean. West Indies A as well. And that was a good delivery. Yorker length outside the off stump. He missed it, playing an agricultural shot. And well collected by wicketkeeper. And the latest score here at Marine Park. Rebels USA 126 for 4. Jasmeet Singh is on 22 from 10 deliveries. And Denville McKenzie 32 from 26 deliveries. As we go back to the studio for commercial break. So that was 6 runs there. Umpire is saying he's out. Stout caught the ball just inside of the boundary. I don't think Stout would claim a catch if he was over the boundary. And Mackenzie going for the big one there. Ball take the high portion of the handle of the bat, but Stout on the boundary taking a beautiful catch just on the boundary ropes. So Denville McKenzie goes back for 32. So that was some good cricket here. The new bowler into the attack was Usman. .126 for 5. Rebels USA. What was the score from that guy over there? With Smith Patel and the other guy? 267 for 1. Who was the other batsman? So the new batsman is Fahan. So we had a match UFI Sports Club versus some California team, and the score was 281 for 4. John Campbell went for 10. Smith Patel for 145. Nilesh Patel for 109. So that was some really beating there. Just a little update on one of the match in the tournament so far. So after tonight I'll give you guys an update. So we're back with Singh batting, and that was Ali's bowling, and swing across the line. I remember when Usman Ali just came from Pakistan about 3 years ago. I mean, he could have hit a long ball. Always have good pace, always bowl with good pace. he has good pace, nice approach, good run up. Usman comes up and bowls, and that's a good delivery, good gas, good heat, and well collected by wicketkeeper Madza, just in front of his chest. And as I said, this man is a very good cricketer. I played against him many times, especially when he just came from Pakistan. And as you know, when a cricketer just comes from his home country, he's always has a little extra in him as well until he settles into the US and burn out by the lifestyle in America. So around the wicket, goes past umpire now and bowls Jasmeet, and slow delivery but ill-directed. And the batsman is swinging and well collected by Madza behind, standing back. And that was 6 runs there. Good striking, and over extra cover, or between point and extra cover for 6 runs. And this man is hitting a long ball. Jasmeet Singh means business today. So, Omer Ali from around the wicket, 134 for 5. And Jasmeet just hit it hard into the ground. And there's no run there. Ends the over. $134 for 5. And it seems like Kevin Stout is going to bowl his 4th over. So far, Stout 3 overs to 21 runs. Not bad in the context of the game. $134 for 5 from 14 overs. Stout comes up and bowls to the batsman there. He just sliced it behind point, uppishly. In the meantime, the batsman just crossed for 1 run. So the batsman is Farhan Kiani. He's on 1. He just gets off the mat. Bring Jasmeet Singh. He's on 28 from 14 deliveries. 2 4s, 3 6s, strike rate of 200. So we know Kevin Stout is going to be mixing up his deliveries here into Jasmeet. And Jasmeet is like slapping it. Wide off stump, a slow delivery, foolish delivery. And comes down to the man and the long off boundary. Salik Iqbal picks up and throws in. Cricket, lovely cricket here. This is the Labour Day Cup, sponsored by the Big Tree Sports. Kevin Stout begins to move in now. Goes past umpire. And the batsman is swinging across the line there. Ball goes down to the cow corner fielder. Comes off the boundary. Picks up, throws in. 2 bounces to the bowler. Meantime, the batsman crossed for 1 run. So 137 for 5 here. So it's all out in all its glory again. As Stout is walking back to his mark, throwing the ball from hand to hand. Give the rub on his flannels. And he's going to come into bowl to Jasmeet Singh. Goes past umpire now and bowls this one. And Singh is skying it high, hard. Let's see. And it's 6 runs. That was mistimed, really, but it was 6 runs. Mistime hit. And the bowler is the fielder is on the boundary signaling 4 runs. So a chance of a catch, badly judged by the fielder, but in the confusion the ball just dropped just inside the boundary for 4 runs. So Jasmeet goes to 33, living dangerously here. Rebels USA 141 for 5. We're in the 14.4 overs of a 17 overs affair. And projected score 163. Current run rate is 9.6. And the current partnership is 15 from 10 balls. Stout comes up also Jasmeet, and Yorker length, slow delivery, more the back of the arm kind of slow delivery, and he digged it out. And good bowling here by Stout in the context of the game. And meantime, the batsman just crossed for 1 run. Jasmeet Singh is playing a good hand here. He's on 34. Farhan is on 3. Hits it high, hard. Salik Iqbal is getting under it and takes the catch right in front of his chest. Good catch by Salik Iqbal. Good cricketer is Salik Iqbal. Always in the action. Good batsman. Stout getting his wicket. A slow delivery. And the batsman going high, hard. A lot of elevation but no distance. And Salik Iqbal, the top cricketer, taking a nice catch in front of his chest, diving to the ground. And good cricket here all round. Stout 4 overs, no maidens, 29 runs, 1 wicket, economy of 7.3 runs. So in the context of the game, this is good bowling by Kevin Stout, the professional from Barbados. Rebels USA 142 for 6 from 15 overs, 2 overs to go. So projected score 161 as new batsman just walked in.
जैसे एक लगा हुआ है ना, एक व्यू है, ऐसे साइडों पे इधर उधर एक दो और व्यूज देंगे ना, फाइनल के लिए तो एटलीस्ट दो तीन कैमरे का एंगल हो जाए ना. मेरे पास स्टार है, मैंने वो.
So we back at Marine Park here, live cricket action.
लिया था ना, 300 का बाय किया था.
Labour Cup, the big tree, and we're witnessing here Rebels USA 142 for 6 versus the Wolves. We're in the 16th over of a 17 over a side contest. Omer Ali Usman way down the leg side, wayward delivery, and ball not taken by wicketkeeper cleanly. A lovely day for cricket here. The sun is out all its glory here at Marine Park. So 143 for 6. Rebels USA. Jasmeet Singh is on 34. Nazim is yet to get off the mark. Usman Ali from around the wicket now bowls this one. And Jasmeet Singh hits it high, hard, handsome. The fielder is getting under it, and he takes the catch just around the cow corner area. And good catch in here. Good cricket so far. As I say, Ali bowling from around the wicket, cramping the batsman Jasmeet Singh for room. And he just got a lot of elevation and no distance there. And well taken by the fielder on the boundary. Actually, that's my next door neighbor. Good catch. So this is live cricket here from Marine Park, Brooklyn. This is the Labor Day Cup sponsored by the Big Tree Sports. A weakness in the match, the USA Rebels versus the Gujranwala Wolves. The Rebels 146 for 6, and we're in the 16th over. So the new batsman is going to take strike. Is going to be Nazim. Ali comes up also Nazim. Nazim hits it high, 6 runs out of the ground. That's a fantastic strike. 6 meters over the rope, back in the bushes, down to wicket C. And that was badly lined. That was more like a half volley on the leg stump, and he just whipped it and that ball flew off that bat. I mean, these bats these guys are using these days, man, are very good cricket bats. And that ball hustled into the boundary for 6 runs, a total 149 for 7. Exciting cricket here at Marine Park in Brooklyn, New York here. We have a big crowd. We have like 4 matches going on here at the same venue. Ali from around the wicket now comes up and bowls to Nazim. Nazim just swipes across the line, more like a agricultural stroke, more like a cane cutter, as we would say in St. Vincent. Just a swash across the line, really. And most of these lower order batsmen just trying to go towards cow corner instead of just watching the ball and playing on merit. So the sun is out in all its glory. Rebels 149 for 7. Usman Ali 2 for 15 comes from around the wicket. He hits it high, hard. It's gone. It's gone. It's 6 runs over extra cover this time. Fantastic striking by Nazim. Full outside the off stump. Nazim just avenges captain in the Brooklyn League and just give him the long hand there. And that went beautiful high over extra cover for 6 runs. And good striking here. As I say, I remember this guy when Usman Ali came from Pakistan 3 years ago. He was playing against Middlesex, man, and he almost killed us, man. 6s in the bushes, the Bell Parkway, all over. Beautiful day for cricket here at Marine Park. Nazim is facing. Ulme comes up, and again he swings at it wildly. Untidy work by the wicket-keeper. The ball beats him, goes down to the man and the third man. And it seems to be a bias signal by the umpire. Total 155 for 7. 1 more over to go after this over from Usman Ali. Sun is out in all its glory here at Marine Park. As I say, this is the Labor Day Cup, sponsored by the Big Tree. And the new batsman is Jack Hajan. Ali comes up, bowls, and he hits it high, he hits it hard. A fielder is getting under it. Let's see what's going to happen. It doesn't carry to the fielder. 1 bounce, and the meantime the batsman just campers for 2 runs. So good cricket so far by the USA Rebels. USA 158 for 7. So guys, I just want to tell you about a match that played at Avenue U, Marine Park C. The team, one of the team made 267 for 4 in 20 overs. Smith Patel 120 add, and another Patel 145. As I say, it was carnage. It was boundaries after boundaries. And so this is some good cricket here in Brooklyn. So we're at Marine Park again here, live. This is the last over of the 17 over. It's a 2020 match reduced to 17 overs. So this is the last over. It's going to be bowled in by Fahad Kabir. So Fahad Kabir has some pace, but as I say, he's a bit wild. He just runs in and bowls one here, bowls one there. Good pace though. Comes up also Nazim. And Nazim hits it off the upper portion of the bat. The ball comes down to the man at short mid-off. And there's just 1 run to the total. So this is some exciting 2020 cricket. The projected score is 179. If they continue at 11 runs or over. As Fahad Kabir runs in from the commentator booth and goes past umpire and bowls it. Oh, that's a good delivery. Yorker right in the black hole, digs it out and right back to the bowler. And there's no run. Lovely day for cricket here at Marine Park. Sun is out in all its glory. The predominant offside field. And you have on the onside the square leg and the boundary, cow corner boundary, long on in the boundary. As here comes Fahad. Slinging action. Oh, wrapped him at the pad. There's appeal for LBW. Umpire says yes. Go back to the hot sun. LBW raised his finger in affirmative. The batsman swinging across the line, but it hit him just in line of the off stump. That was a good decision by umpire there. And the batsman walks back dejectedly, but that was good bowling there this time by Fahad Kabir. A swinging action, good pace. He's bowling about 87 miles per hour. And in the meantime, the batsman had crossed for a single, but the umpire raised his finger in affirmative as the new batsman walks in. This is some lovely cricket here at
वो
Marine
multiple
Park.
cameras नहीं ऐड कर
The sun
मैं कर
is
सकता हूँ
trying to peep through again in the distance. We see some white clouds building up, but no immediate threat of rain. And there's a nice cool breeze blowing across now. And this is a good match here at Marine Park. The last batsman,
तो नीचे जो
number
slices
10
होगा
batsman, walks in. He
वो बड़ा
seems
भी
to
कर
be a
सकता हूँ
left-handed batsman.
फ्रंट पे चला सकता हूँ
And
बीच बीच में चलाया भी था
how many more deliveries to go? 3 more deliveries to go. It's 159 for 8. Nazim is on 13. Gurmeet Singh just walked in. And we know Gurmeet Singh hits a long ball.
कल मॉर्निंग
So
किसका मैच
right now we're witnessing a match, the USA Rebels versus the Wolves at Marine Park, the new wicket B, as the beautiful, nice, cool breeze blowing across here. 3 more deliveries to complete the innings. 159 for 8. Fahad comes up short and Gurmeet just slaps it, and the ball comes down to the man at the long off boundary, picks up and throws in. Totals up to 160 for 8, which brings Nazim into strike. You know, Nazim hits a long ball, and he's been packing a good punch here today. He's on 13 from 3 deliveries. As Fahad, the fast medium bowler, is going to run in from the commentator booth end, and he's going to be bowling to Nazim. Goes past umpire now and bowls to Nazim, and Nazim is slapping it into the ground, but would only get a single as the cover fielder picks up and throws in. So 1 more delivery to go. 161 for 8. 1 more delivery, 1 more legal delivery to go. And this is some excited T20 cricket here in Brooklyn, New York. Guys, if you're not doing anything, come down to Marine Park. All right, bring your rum, bring your food, and enjoy some cricket. Beautiful Labor Day. The sun, good temperature, not too hot, not too cold. Fahad comes up also, Sing and Sing, gets a Yorker, and the batsman just scampered a single. At the end there, the wicketkeeper trying to throw down the stump. The latest score, 162 for 8 innings closed. This is Marco Dane saying thanks for watching. Back to the studio for commercial break. So, welcome back here at Marine Park. This is the Labor Day Cup sponsored by the Big Tree Sports. And we're witnessing the chase. USA Rebels 161 for 9 from 17 overs. So the Wolves will need to get 162 for victory. And we're starting with the boom boom big hitting Umar Farouk and the diminutive Bilal Ahmed, former Punjab batsman. So we're live from Marine Park, Brooklyn, New York. The new wicket B, and it's going to be the man from Westmoreland, Jamaica, Denville McKenzie, is going to pick up the attack, and he's going to be coming in from the running away from the commentator booth end. And the field for Umar Farouk, there's a third man, a point, a backward point, a cover mid-off, and the onside, a square leg, a mid-wicket, a man in the cow corner boundary, and a man in the long on boundary. McKenzie comes up also. Umar hits it high. It's going to go 4 runs. So first delivery from Denville McKenzie, short delivery, and Umar Farouk pulling, but didn't really get hold of it. And ball went into the boundary for 4 runs. So, as I say, Umar Farouk living dangerously. If you bowl anything in his half, he's going to give it a go. A beautiful day for cricket here at Marine Park. The sun is out in all its glory now. Denville McKenzie chips, begins to move in 4 paces and bowls to Umar Farouk going across the line. And that ball was just about the off stump. He should have ill-advised just to go over extra cover. And we know how Umar plays. You know, he could be very devastating if he gets going. And that was a good delivery by McKenzie. In the context of the game, this is a T20 match. I would really love to see McKenzie bowling off 15 paces instead of just this 4 paces. Again, outside the off stump, and Umar going across the line. This is good bowling here by McKenzie. So he has the trap set, he has a backward square and a boundary, he has a cow corner boundary, and he's bowling just outside the off stump to Umar. So Farouk taps his bat and waist. McKenzie comes up also Farouk, and he goes down the pitch, ball making height. Well collected by wicketkeeper, standing back. And the total is 4 without loss. We're in the first over. So as I say, I would love to see Denville McKenzie running off 15 paces instead of just 3 or 4 paces, you know, as a fast bowler of that kind of caliber. McKenzie goes past Ampan, bowls to Farouk, and he cracks it. Didn't time it really, and it goes down to a mid-off, and there is no run. So McKenzie from 3 paces. And Umar swings across the line into the boundary for 4 runs. So 4 runs to Umar, 8 runs off the over. First over just been completed. And as I say, you can't bowl close to Umar. That's how he plays. That's his kind of game. And the total 8 without loss in the first over. So we're back at Marine Park. This is the Labor Day Cup, sponsored by the Big Tree Sports. And we're witnessing a match here at Marine Park. The Wolves chased in the Rebels 161 for 9 from 17 overs. The Wolves 8 without loss, 1 over completed. Umar Farouk is an 8, and the batsman who's going to be taking strike is Bilal Ahmed. Been around the New York scenes for over a decade. A good batsman, represented Punjab Cricket Club. So we have a wicketkeeper standing back, and the wicketkeeper is going way back, so maybe this bowler have some pace. Tall, lanky figure. Rakshit is his name. Rakshit. So Rakshit is going to be bowling to Bilal Ahmed. There's some adjustments to the field. So the field for Bilal Ahmed. Wicketkeeper standing back. A wideish third man. Backward point. Extra cover. Mid off. And the onside, a mid wicket. Square leg. And a short mid on. So Rakshit, number 4 on his shirt. In cricket, you have some strange names. He's running away from the commentator booth end. Goes past umpire. And Bilal Ahmed just pushes it nicely down to mid-off, and there's no run. So in the distance, we have a couple matches there. Cricket, lovely cricket here at Marine Park, sun is out in all its glory. It was a kind of a cat and mouse with the sun today. Rakshit comes up, ball short, and Bilal pulls it beautifully. 6 runs. That was badly lined here by Rakshit. Short outside another leg stump, and the batsman just pulling it wrong. Basically a free hit, and it went down to the boundary for 6 runs. So the total goes up to 14, and we're in the second over. 14 without loss, the Wolves chasing 162 for victory here at Marine Park. As I say, this pitch is a very good pitch. You get even bounced. If you dig it in, the ball will come up. Most of the time, the ball will be about waist height. Rakshit begins to move in, goes past umpire, and balls to Bilal. Bilal is driving. Good looking shot. Well stopped there, long levers of Mackenzie, putting out the big 12-foot, 12-inch boots, 12 size US 12 boots, and knocking it down. The meantime, the batsman crossed for 1 run. So it brings Umar Farouk into strike, and everybody's going on the boundary. This is in the power play. In the first 5 overs of the power play, you only allow 2 fielders out of the boundary, and you have backward, you have the cow corner, and you have the man on the long on boundary, Jasmeet Singh. Then Bill Mackenzie hops over to a short mid-wicket. And we're going to either have some fireworks in this over, or Umar is going to be back in the pavilion. Rakshit runs up now and bowls to Umar. And Umar is flicking wayward delivery wide down the leg side. Umpire signal wide. So what I noticed today with most of these bowlers, the bowlers who have a little extra yard of pace, they get a bit carried away. And they just try to just run in and bowl fast instead of trying to look at a spot at the pitch where you want to pitch it and bowl good lines and lengths and vary and maybe target the batsman outside the off stump. Rakshit begins to move in, goes past umpire and bowls to Farouk. And Farouk has that high! Oh, let's go on the 6 runs out of the ground, over mid wicket, deep square leg. That was a fantastic strike by Umar Farouk. As I say, that's the way he plays. If he gets away, it could be curtains in half an hour. So you have to know how to bowl to this guy. So that ball was magnificently hit by Umar Farouk. It went about, it would be 6 in another match in another day. So Umar Farouk, number 300 on his t-shirt. So I got to ask him next time I meet him, what's the 300 signifies. Not sure if it's 300 runs in an innings. So the ball is back on the field now. The Wolves 22 without loss, chasing 162. Rakshit is going to run in from the commentator board end. And Umar fiddling around with his gloves. Taps his bat. Rakshit goes past Ampan. Bowls to Farouk. And Farouk, that was a good delivery. That was a slow delivery. Good comeback there. Slow, full delivery, outswing. And Umar missing it. But he was playing the ball on its merit. And well collected by wicket keeper. So the Rebels wearing yellow as Rakshit goes past Ampar and bowls to Farouk. And Farouk is hitting that lovely shot. That ball comes down to Jasmeet Singh at the boundary. Long on boundary. In the meantime, the batsman crossed for 1 run. 1 run. Ends the over. So after 2, the total is 23 without loss. The Wolves chasing 162 for victory here at Marine Park. As I say, it's a beautiful day for cricket. Shadows begin to lengthen. And we see a lot of people in the park jogging and walking around, enjoying a beautiful summer day. We are dog days of summer now. And it's going to be Denville Mackenzie, the man from Westmoreland in Jamaica, former Jamaica fast bowler. Back in his days was Express, but now he's bowling off 3 or 4 paces. I think that's laziness. As a fast bowler, you should be running off your long run. I saw Adam Sanford bowling off 16, 15 paces and bowling a lot of heat. Mackenzie's a big strapping fast bowler, and he's just running off 3 paces. So Umar Farouk is going to be faced in as Mackenzie comes up, bowls to Umar. And Umar hits it high, it's out of the ground for 6 runs. Over mid-wicket boundary. That's fantastic strike by Umar. That was short and he was into wicket and pulling it. And the crowd is going cock-a-hool here. Good exciting batting here by Umar Farouk. That's how he plays. We call him Boom Boom Umar Farouk. I mean, he bats the same style as a young Shahid Afridi. And as I say, I played a lot of cricket against Umar Farouk. Mackenzie comes up also. Farouk way outside the off stump. He just watches it and let it go through. Wide delivery, wayward delivery by Mackenzie. And umpire say, I would have none of this, son. You have to bowl a bit closer to the batsman. And the total goes up to 30. We're in the 3rd over here of the chase. Umar Farouk, known in New York as a Boom Boom Umar. Comes up also Umar. And he hits it high. He might be out here. The bowler is running back here. And he takes the catch. Good deceptive delivery by Mackenzie, just pulling his line back, and Umar going hard too early again, and he took the upper portion of the bat, and the bowler runs back and took a good catch. So 1 wicket down for the Wolves. Umar Farouk, after some lusty blows, walks back to the pavilion as Salik Iqbal, the informed Salik Iqbal, walks out. Nice time to tell you the latest score here is 30 for 1 at Marine Park. Comes up post to, and he drive, lovely shot there. Elegant shot there for 4 runs by Salik Iqbal. That was a good shot there. Pitched up, and Salik, a classy batsman he is, and just driving lovely shot through extra cover there for 4 runs. A bit offishly, but intentionally played for 4 runs by Salik Iqbal. So Mackenzie makes some adjustments to the field. He's going to come into ball to Iqbal. Comes up balls, and Iqbal pulls it. That's a lovely strike. One bounce into the boundary for 4 runs. So Salik Iqbal, no nonsense batsman, has all the strokes. This is a good batsman. As I say, played minor league cricket, been playing cricket, good level cricket in the region, tri-state region for a long time. I remember him scoring a century against us with Adam Sanford in the attack in 2010. It was a lot of shots. Those days we had Dominic O'Dane, the young fast bowler. So this man has a pedigree, very good cricketer, good batsman as well. Comes up post to Salik. Salik is driving lovely shot into the covers there, all along the ground this time, and there's no run there. So 38 for 1, the Wolves chasing 162 for victory here at Marine Park. New wicket B. High back lift. Mackenzie comes up also. Salik swings it. 4 runs. Lovely shot from outside the off stump. Picked up nicely and swung it over mid-wicket. 2 bounces into the boundary for 4 runs. And so Salik is going great guns. He's on 12 from 4 deliveries. And good going here by the Wolves, chasing 162 for victory. Yes. So 42 for 1. So Salik is on 12 from 4 deliveries, and Bilal Ahmed, he just faced 3 deliveries and he's on 7. The batsman out was Umar Farouk. The hard-hitting boom Umar Farouk after some lusty hits. So we're back with Rakshit, and he's going to be bowling to Bilal Ahmed. Lovely day for cricket at Marine Park. So Rakshit is running off a longish run from the 15-yard circle, and the wicketkeeper is standing way back. Bilal Ahmed twice stands, taps in the weight. Rakshit goes past Sampan, balls to Ahmed. Ahmed is driving. This is a lovely shot there. 6 runs over extra cover. I mean, these guys are using these days a well pressed, and that ball made a lovely song on it, and it went over the extra cover boundary for 6 runs. So the Wolves batsmen are going great guns. It's so unfair to bowlers these days in T20. If you miss your line and lengths, you just disappear into the boundary. This is such a harsh game against bowlers. So I always say that in T20, a bowler is basically a gladiator or just an entertainer. A man with the ball running up, and the batsmen, everything, all the rules is geared towards the batsmen. And that was a lovely strike there by Bilal Ahmed. Classy batsman. So Bilal is on 13 from 4 deliveries. Salik is on 12 from 4 deliveries. The Wolves are 48 for 1. Rakshit begins to move in now. Goes past Ampan. Bowls to Ahmed. Ahmed is slashing it. That's a great shot. That's a lovely shot again. That's another 6. Oh my gracious goodness me. That was a lovely shot outside the off stump. And the bat came down nicely. The left foot went across and that ball flew. I mean, these boundaries are not short boundaries. That ball just flew over that boundary for 6 runs. Serious, gorgeous, well-executed shot by Bilal Ahmed. So the total is on 54 for 1. The Wolves going great guns here. It seems like these guys in a hurry. They probably have a movie to catch this evening at the theatre. So 162 for victory, and they are. This is just the fourth over of the contest of the chase, and they're up on 54 for 1. As I say, a big, nice crowd building up here. As Rakshit goes past Ampano and bowls to Bilal, and Bilal is driving straight past the bowler, 4 runs. So that was well pitched up, and as I say, Bilal in no nonsense mood here, and the bowler, let me tell you what, man, 4 runs. There's nothing the fielder could have done. As I say, the outfield is so fast at Marine Park. Once it passes the inner ring, it's 4 runs. So Bilal Ahmed going great guns now. He took over from Umar, the boom boom Farouk guy. So Bilal is on 23 from 6 deliveries. Rakshit comes up, posts to Bilal, and Bilal is cutting at it outside the off stump. That ball had some heat. Well taken by wicketkeeper above head height, and that was a good delivery. Top of off stump, and Ahmed was slashing at it, beaten for pace, and that ball had good bounce and carry, and well collected by wicketkeeper standing back. This is a beautiful day for cricket here. I mean, cricket glorious uncertainties. As Rakshit goes past Ampar and bowls to Ahmed, and Ahmed is hitting it out the outer portion of the bat. This time it mightn't be 6 runs, but it beats the fielder into the boundary for 4 runs. So it's a very expensive over here by Rakshit. Bilal Ahmed is in full cry here, going great guns. And as I say, sometime in T20 cricket, you have to target a bowler, and I think the Wolves batsmen are targeting Rakshit here. So one more legal delivery to come, and Bilal say, hold your horses, bowler. The fielders is not in the positions yet. So Rakshit begins to move in from the commentator booth and goes past Ampire and bowls to Ahmed, and Ahmed is nicely in behind it, plays it back to the bowler, showing some respect, good delivery, and ends the over. So 62 for 1 from this 4th over. 20 runs coming off this over from Rakshit, expensive over from Rakshit. So we're witnessing a lovely T20 match here at Marine Park. This is the Labor Day Cup, sponsored by the Big Tree Management. I mean, you guys could come down by the commentator booth. We have a lot of nice Big Tree bats, gloves, merchandise. You could pick up one as a souvenir if you're not a cricketer. Just support. So it's going to be Denville McKenzie, the former Jamaica fast bowler. I remember watching Denville McKenzie bowl for Jamaica. He was bowling to my cousin, Dennis Byam, the physiotherapist for West Indies team now. And Dennis was going at him in youth cricket. I mean, that was about early 2000, 2002. But as I say, I have a good memory when it comes to this cricket. So, Denville McKenzie, out of Westmoreland in Jamaica, big, tall, strapping guy. And the field for Salik Iqbal, the predominant offside field, a fly slip, really. McKenzie bowls to Salik outside the off stump. Good carry there, good pace, good bounce. And Salik is trying to cut it, missed it completely. And well collected by wicketkeeper above chest high. So the field for Salik, a point, backward point, a cover, extra cover, a man on the long off boundary. McKenzie comes up, bowls to Iqbal, and Iqbal wayward delivery wide outside the off stump. Salik would have nothing to do with it. Basically, McKenzie's hiding the delivery from Salik. He's making some adjustments to the field as we have a cool breeze blowing across, and a lot of spectators here. The ball is with Rakshit, and Rakshit is tossing the ball back to Denville McKenzie, rubbing the ball on the flannels. I never understand why fast bowlers rub the white ball on the flannels. McKenzie comes up, bowls to Salik. Salik in behind it, misfield by the bowler, and the ball is coming down to the boundary. In the meantime, the fielder is coming in for a second run. Good run in there. Misfield by Jasmeet Singh, who fumbled, and in the meantime, the batsman was anticipating nicely and picked up 2 runs. The total goes up to 65 for 1. Denville McKenzie comes up now and bowls to Salik. Ball making height. top of off stump. Good bowling so far by Mackenzie this over. And as I say, experienced fast bowler. Played first class cricket for Jamaica. Played for Jamaica youth team as well. So he has a lot of experience there. But I would love to see him run off a long run instead of just running off 3 paces. As a fast bowler, I like to see you running and put all the effort. Bowls to Salik. Salik is just tapping it on the offside there, and there's no one. Good delivery by Mackenzie using his experience. This is his 3rd consecutive over. Total is 65 for 1. The Wolves chased in 162. Salik is on 14. Bilal is on 27. Well bowled, and Salik playing with a approved manner, showing some respect. Pushes it down to long on, and there's no run. Lovely bowling here. Good economical over this time by Denville Mackenzie. Showing his experience, showing his worth. Comes up, bowls to Salik, and Salik is hitting it. Lovely shot. 6 runs. So that was a lovely shot by Salik Iqbal. Outside the off stump and left foot to delivery, and the bat came down nicely. As I said, these bats these guys are using these days are well pressed. Very good cricket bats. As I say, as a bowler, sometimes you're just afraid to pitch up to these guys. And that ball went over the deep extra cover boundary for 6 runs. So the total goes up to 71 for 1. And the captain of the Rebels are showing a lot of faith. The last over ball by Rakshit was for 20 runs, and T20 cricket, the captain is still showing some faith and giving him the ball. After 20 runs, I'm not sure as a captain if I would have given him another over, to be honest with you. But maybe there's no depth in the bowling. And beautiful day for cricket here. The time in New York is 4 minutes past 6. It's bright sunshine still. We have a nice crowd here. Next batsman to come is Kevin Stout. Waiting to see him bat. Never really saw him bat live. Would love to see him take a knock today. So the field for Bilal Ahmed. There's some adjustments to the field. Now they're putting a point. They're putting a man at the point boundary. They have a man at the cover boundary. A short third man, a backward point. A man at short extra cover. Rack shit. Bowling some racks here. And outside the line of the off stump. And good delivery this time. Top of off stump, just between the trim lines, and moving away. And the batsman backing away and beating for pace. Rakshit comes up, bowls to Bilal Ahmed, and he's driving lovely shot. And this time all along the ground, Mackenzie comes over and fields. And in the meantime, the batsman just crossed for 1 run. Good running. Actually, they took 2 runs there. And this is good anticipation by the batsmen, Bilal Ahmed and Salik Iqbal. So Rakshit, total is an 73 for 1. The Wolves chasing Rakshit 3 overs at 37 runs so far. Comes up. And that was a short delivery. Not really short, just on a good length. The batsman just spin across the line there. So sometimes it could happen when a bowler has good pace. You know, you have to make quick decisions as a batsman. And he missed it completely. So 73 for 1. We're in the 6th over. Rakshit 2.3 overs at 37 runs. Very expensive, but has some pace. Comes up, Bosu Bilal. Good delivery, change of pace. And Bilal on top of it just pushes on the offside. The bowler runs across and fields, and there's no run. So we have a good crowd here at Marine Park. A beautiful day for cricket. You could not ask for a better day. Temperature is about 75 degrees. Not too hot, not too cold. And we have a good crowd here at Marine Park. We are, as I say, we're in the dead of summer. Another 2 weeks, another week, summer is finished. So you got to enjoy the sunlight as much as possible. Rakshit comes up, also Bilal pulls at 6 runs. Short delivery. That was a hook shot. More pull shot. Hook shot just about face high. And that ball hustled down to the deep backward square boundary. You can't bowl short or you can't pitch up to this guy. You just got to bowl top of off stump, vary your pace. I mean, these Pakistani batsmen, if you bowl fast with them, is the faster you go to the boundary. So you got to be smart. Bowl wide of off stump, vary your pace, go around the wicket. You have to be always thinking. And that was a good shot there by Bilal Ahmed. He raced up to 35 from 14 deliveries. And at the non-striker, you have Salek Iqbal going great guns. He's on 20 from 10. And the total is 79 for 1. Rakshit being taken to the cleaners here. And this is not good bowling at all. But exciting cricket for the crowd. Good supporters around here. Bilal is on 35 facing Rakshit, goes past Ampan, bowls to Bilal, and he's driving, lovely shot, straight past the bowler, but this time the fielders are converging and picks up and 1 run. So Bilal goes up by 1, he goes up to 36, brings Salek into strike at actually the end of the over. So right now we're witnessing a match in the Labour Day Cup, sponsored by the Big Tree Sports at Marine Park Live. Rebels batting first, 161 for 9. And the Wolves chased in 80 for 1 from 6 overs. So, new bowler's been introduced. It's going to be Gurmeed.
पहली बॉल चौका पहली बॉल चौका नहीं है ओवर दी 11 चाहिए थी ना पहली बॉल चौका
So it's going to be Gurmeed. I think his balls. $80 for 1. Chased in 161 by the USA Rebels. And left arm spin. Gurmeet Singh. Left arm orthodox. It's going to be bowled around the wicket. Up he comes. Tossed up, and Bilal is driving nicely. Balls. Oh my gracious goodness me. That was some good footwork there by Denville McKenzie. So 2 runs there. Gurmeet Singh, left arm orthodox, comes up. Off the back foot, just punches it into the covers. It's Bilal. Rotation of the strike. Brings Salek Iqbal. So brings Salek Iqbal into strike. Salek is on 20 from 10 deliveries. Going great guns here. Salek off the back foot, punches it to the covers, and there's no run there. Gurmeet Singh comes up and bowls to Iqbal, and Iqbal uses his feet and hits that straight to the man, the wideish mid-off boundary, long-off boundary. In the meantime, the batsman crossed for 1 run. So Salek Good rotation of the strike. Salik goes up to 21. Bilal and 39 comes into strike. 84 for 1. We're in the 7th over here. Here comes Gurmeet Singh. Tossed up. And Elad hits it high, hard. A lot of elevation. The fielder's getting under it. He's going to be... And oh, he takes the catch on the second attempt. Minas Strauzi. Dali, but recovering and taking the catch in the second attempt. So Bilal goes for 39. The Wolves losing the second wicket, 84 for 1. And that was a good delivery by Gurmeet Singh. The new batsman walking out is going to be Kevin Stout. He's in good form. Man from Barbados, plays for Empire.
And where were you? 7 done, 10 left, 78 and 10.
So the required rate is 78 runs in 10 overs, 7.80. As Kevin Stout, the man from Barbados, former Barbados first-class cricketer, walks in. Lovely day for cricket here at Marine Park. The Wolves chasing 161 for victory, 84 for 2 from 7 overs.
Oh, you're right there. You're right there, President. He's right there. I still got it. No, Danny. Because I was coming back soon. I was at Nick thing last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's thinking after his club. Yeah, I was there. I'm coming back. I'm gonna do the rest of it. And I give her my book, you know. I give my book to Annie. I gotta call her back and take it back. I gotta take back my book because she's supposed to have her.
So the Rebels, 161 for 9. So Kevin Stout is going to be facing up to Ali. Ali Omer Anjam. Wicketkeeper standing back. Third man. Backward point. Man sweeping in the cover boundary. Man sweeping in the long off boundary. And a shortish mid off. Stout rehearsing his strokes. Omer goes past umpire now. Short delivery. And Stout just gets off the mark, plays it underground, down to extra cover. And taking a single. Omer Ali Anjam. I know there's another Omer Ali, but that's why they're using Omer Ali Anjam. So far, let's look at his bowling action. He's running off a longish run. Goes past Ampan, bowls to Salik. And Salik just pushes into the covers there. And there's no run. So Anjam in his delivery stride, he's not really going through. He kind of bit stopping. So that tells me he's not getting a lot of momentum to the bowling crease or developing a lot of pace there from just his delivery action. No momentum really there, but he's a strong man. So that was outside the line of the off stump. Salik driving and the ball making height. Well collected by wicketkeeper standing back. So as I say, as a fast bowler, when you're delivering the ball, you're really trying to get momentum to the crease so you could get some extra pace. But in this case, Anjam is stopping and no follow through whatsoever. So in that way, to me, he's using a few yards of pace. But he's a big, strong man. So Anjam begins to move in from the commentator booth and now goes past umpire now and bowls this one. down the leg side. Wayward delivery, wide signal by the umpire, and the batsman chinks a single there. So it'll be 2 wides. 87 for 2. Chased in 161.
Wide, umpires.
Yeah, signal. Yeah. Brings Kevin Stout into strike. Anjum comes up, bowls to Stout. Stout just dropping it where a short mid-wicket would have been and just takes a single. So Stout playing smart cricket here. I think he's just trying to watch a few balls, give himself a chance before he goes into any expansive or aggressive batting. I mean, he's a first-class player, so he's just using his experience. You know, this, so guys, a lot of young cricket, if you're watching, just look at how this man goes about his game. Anjum comes up, bowls to Salik. Salik, short delivery, making some height. Salik just plays it in front of him, and there's no run there. So wicketkeeper standing back. So Anjum is walking back to the top of his mark. Total 88 for 2, chasing 161. Current run rate 8.7. Comes up, bowls to Salik. Salik cracks it. Beautiful shot. Glorious shot. 4 runs. Off the back foot. Got on top of it and rolled it wrist. And that ball making a nice song on the willow there. And that ball raced across the outfield there for 4 runs. Classy batsman, Sadiq Iqbal. And that was elegantly played. Splendid shot there. 4 runs. So he goes up to 25.
You want back?
No, I think the tie pad. Tie pad.
Somebody go for the tie pad. Hey, somebody run for that.
So we're going to have, looks like Gurmeet Singh. He's going to come back into the attack and he's going to be bowling to Kevin Stout. Sun trying to set there, but the temperature is still at 75 degrees. Lovely day for cricket. Good temperature. As I say, when you're playing cricket, you don't want it to be too hot and humid, but the good thing about it, it has a little cool breeze every now and again blows across the ground. So Stout is going to be facing up to the slow left arm Gurmeet Singh. So Stout is going to watch a few deliveries, play himself in before he begins to play some expansive strokes. He's in good form. 2 centuries this season in America. I think he made 1 in the Metropolitan League and 1 in the USPL. Gurmeet Singh, number 7. Chips, hops, and Stout is off the back foot, just bangs it into the covers there, and there's no run. Gurmeet Singh comes up. Stout is off the back foot, and that's an elegant shot for 4 runs. Off the back foot, nicely, all along the ground. I mean, these bats are so good these days that you just have to just tap it and the ball, a lot of time in there. And elegant shot there off the back foot by Kevin Stout, and racing across the outfield for 4 runs. So good looking shot there by Stout. The Englishman would say gorgeous shot. .96 for 2 here. So Stout just admiring his bat. You know, as a batsman, when your bat is being productive, you have to admire it. Comes up also Stout, and Stout, that ball's the leg spinner. It just played away from the body his body, but the ball raced down to the backward point area and maintained the batsman scamper for 2 runs. So that was a good delivery. The typical left-handed delivery, just dropping and turning away from the batsman, but Stout was equal to the task there and just opening out the face of the bat, playing it on the ground, and the ball raced down to the point boundary where the fielder came off the boundary and maintained the batsman across the 2 runs. So Gurmeet Singh, slow left arm, walks, hops. Stout is playing that down to where mid-on, and Minhas strategy stops, and there's no run. So good batting here by Stout. As I say, he's a smart batsman. He would play himself in before he tried to take the bowler on. Gurmeet Singh comes up over Stout, and Stout forward defensive, playing in front of him, and there's no run. Gurmeet Singh. So let's see what he has in the repertoire. I saw the typical left arm delivery. I saw a top spinner. I saw a quicker delivery. So let's look at what he's going to bowl again. He tossed up, and Stout is playing that nicely all along the ground this time to mid wicket, and in the meantime just jogs a single. Ends the over. 98 for 2, chased in 162 runs here for victory at Marine Park. So this match is brought to you by the Big Tree Sports. This is the Labour Day Cup. Cricket, lovely cricket here at Marine Park. And we're going to have another over bowled by Anjam. So the current run rate is 7.6. I beg your pardon, the current run rate is 10 runs. The required run rate is 7.9. Short delivery, and Stout just got inside and pulled it around nicely. Gordon Greenwich style, lifting up that left leg and rolling the wrist over it. More like Chris Gayle kind of shot. And the ball hurried into the boundary for 4 runs. This is lovely batting here by Kevin Stout, the man from Barbados Empire Cricket Club, Windward Islands, West Indies B, in Barbados, a batsman. As I say, this guy was just unfortunate not to really get a test cap, because he was always consistent, you know, always playing good cricket. Former Barbados captain as well. As the field changes over. So a player of this kind of caliber is not going to just come in and give his wicket away. He's going to be playing it smart. He's going to be playing, batting and playing smart cricket. Anjam goes past umpire and bowls to Stout. And Stout is driving. Lovely shot, 4 runs. In the gap. That's an elegant shot. Classy shot by Kevin Stout there. In the gap, a half volley. And that type of caliber player, he's not going to miss out. The foot didn't really go to the pitch of the ball, but the head and the bat went to the pitch of the ball. And it rushed like a bullet from a gun into the boundary for 4 runs. So Stout goes up to 17. The total goes up to 107 for 2. Crowd has been treating with some elegant stroke play here at Marine Park. Salek Iqbal, the classy batsman from New Jersey, and Kevin Stout, the classy batsman from the Caribbean via Barbados. So lovely cricket here at Marine Park. 107 for 2, chased in 162 for victory here. Breeze is getting a nice breeze blowing across. Temperature is about 70 degrees now. Anjam comes up and bowls to Stout, and Stout is in behind it. Good delivery, back of a length in the business era. Nothing he can be done about it. And Stout just showing some respect to the bowler and just playing it back to the bowler. He runs across on the onside and fields, and there's no run there. So 2 of the other match has been completed in the far end. Anjam comes up, bowls to Stout, and Stout is playing and missing. The ball actually at once stuck into the pitch. He was through the shot before the delivery came and missed it completely. But as I say, Andrum is not the kind of bowler that is rushing the crease. He's stopping at the delivery. So the momentum he's not getting as a fast medium bowler. Goes past Sampana and bowls this one. That's a bad delivery. Oh my gracious, but he clipped it straight to square leg. Wow, sometimes strange things happen. That ball's wide outside the leg stump, a bad delivery, but hard luck there for Stout. Clipping it straight to the man at square leg. So 103, 107 for 3. The new batsman is going to be Mohammed as he walks back. Stout walks in dejectedly. Nitty-gritty innings though, but he would have loved to be at the end of this match. So it's 54 runs for victory. As my next door neighbor walks out. Mohammed Zubair. Always forget his name. Always going to ring his bell sometime. So 107 for 3. The Gujranwala Wolves. As Mohammed Zubair walks in. Lovely day for cricket here. The shadows begins to lengthen. It's about 6:29 in New York. 54 more runs to get for victory here as Andrum comes up, bowls to Zubair, and Zubair is, that ball's short, made some height there. Zubair swinging across there and ends the over. Latest score here at Marine Park. The Wolves 107 for 3 chased in 162 runs. So Salek Iqbal is in 25. Mohammed Zubair just walked in. He's on 0. The bowling figures: Ali, Omer, Andrum, 2 overs, no maidens, 16 runs, 1 wicket. And Gurmeet Singh, 2 overs, no maidens, 11 runs, 1 wicket. So we have some good standard of cricket here in the Labour Day Cup, the Big Three competition. As we saw some fireworks over at Wicket C. Smith Patel scoring 145, and I think Meet Patel 101. Lovely day for cricket. Shadows begins to lengthen in here. Andrum comes up and he hits him on the pad. And in the meantime, the batsman just scampers for 1 run. Seems like the ball goes into the boundary there. Leg by. So that's 5 leg bys.
नहीं ये भी मेरी गड्डी च रख दी
111 for 3. Nelson. If umpire Dave Shepherd was wrong, he would be hopping on 1 leg until the score gets off 111. Gurmeet Singh, left arm orthodox. A little walk, a little hop in delivery stride. And he hits it. 6 runs. Over extra cover. That's a lovely shot by Salek there. Over extra cover. That's one of his favorite shots. And tossed up using his feet and get to the pitch of the delivery and banged it nicely over extra cover for 6 runs. So Salek Iqbal, total goes up to 117 for 3. Salek goes up to 31. He's in good form this season, Salek. Made 78, not out in the final of the Brooklyn Cricket League for Janoon versus Gladiators. Some adjustments to the field. Gurmeet Singh, slow left arm. Chips, walks in delivery stride. Salik is just pulling it. Ball just top of off stump, but playing against the turn, and the ball comes down to Gurmeet Singh. Not Gurmeet Singh, Jasmeet Singh on the boundary, and Salik goes up to 32. Brings Mohamed Zubair, aggressive batsman by nature. Comes up, balls to Zubair, short. And he hooks it up, picks it up the ground for 6 runs. Nice shot, pull shot. That ball was short, asking for the treatment. And Zubair got into the wicket and pulled it nicely. Gets off the mark, gets 6 runs. That was a hit me ball, half chucker. No venom, nothing in the delivery. And 6 runs to Mohamed Zubair. The total goes up. Oh, that was a bad delivery, badly lined, wide outside the line of the leg stump, wide signal by umpire. So total 124 for 3, 125 for 3, sorry. 125 for 3. Gurmeet Singh, left arm orthodox, walks. Chips in delivery side, short, and he hits it high, he doesn't time it, but the ball is going to fall in no man lands. It's going to fall in no man lands, and the fielder come off the boundary, and the meantime the batsman cross for 2 runs. The 2 more runs to Mohamed Zubair. He goes up to 8. Gurmeet Singh in his 3rd over, 2.5 overs to 27 runs so far, 1 wicket. Walks, chips, comes up, and Mohamed Zubair hits it hard into his pads. Ends the over. The latest score at Marine Park. The Wolves 127 for 3, chasing 162 for victory. A victory looked imminent here for the Wolves.
127.
Salik Iqbal's on 32 and Mohamed Zubair on 8. This is the Labor Day Cup, brought to you by the Big Tree Sports. And we're coming to you live from Marine Park. Commentator is Mark O'Dane. Checking. 11 already ball.
How much they going?
6 more overs to go to get
35 needed.
35 runs. Yeah.
Hope they don't hope, but the wicket, they can get that.
So we have a new bowler that's going to be introduced into the attack. It's going to be Jasmeet Singh. I once saw a team in the New York National League. It had 11 Singhs in it. Everybody's name was Singh. So Jasmeet Singh seems like he's going to be bowling medium pace. And he's going to be, Salik Iqbal is going to be facing, comes up and bowls to Salik. Salik hits it high. He might be in some trouble here. The ball is going to be falling between backward point. Flew off the edge. So 4 runs. He didn't have control of that shot. Came off the outer portion of the bat. And a lot of elevation there. And that ball, 3-4 bounces into the boundary for 4 runs. So Salik goes up to 36. Total 131 for 3. Jasmeet Singh goes past umpire and bowls to Salik. Salik hits it, slugs it really down to the man at mid-wicket boundary, comes off and throws in. In the meantime, the batsman crossed for 1 run. The total goes up to 132 for 3. Cricket, lovely cricket here at Marine Park. 2020 Cricket Labor Day Cup here, sponsored by the Big Tree. And we're seeing Jasmeet Singh, and he's going to be bowling to Mohamed Zubair. Goes past umpire now and bowls to Mohamed. And he slaps it really. Just a tug across the line and goes down to Anjum on the boundary. Picks up and throws in. In the meantime, the batsman scampered for 2 runs. This is good running here by the 2 batsmen, Salik and Zubair. 134 for 3. 1 run short, signaled by the umpire. Mohamed Zubair. Taps his bat and waits as Jasmeet goes past umpire and bowls to Zubair. And he's just banged it again. This time, down to Anjum, just putting out a big size 12 shoe here, stopping it. And the meantime, the batsman crossed for another 2. So this is good running here by both batsmen. They're actually running the first run quickly, and they just amble back for the second run. So Jasmeet Singh, right arm, medium fast. No sort of devil in his bowling. Comes up, bowls Zubair. Short delivery, and that one has some pace in it. They're swinging across the line, and well collected by wicketkeeper standing back. So a good standard of cricket here being played all around Brooklyn. T20 cricket, memorial Labor Day weekend. A lot of parties going around in Brooklyn tonight. I have to find myself at one of these parties. Jasmeet goes past Ampan Boso Mohammed, and he is bowled, neck and crop. Good delivery, playing all over it. Hit the mid stump, not back, and that was a fantastic delivery by Jasmeet. Not afraid to pitch the ball up, Yorker length, and hit the off stump actually. And Mohamed Zubair walks back dejectedly to the pavilion as the new batsman strolls out. It's 135 for 4. Good time to tell you that's the latest score here at Marine Park as we go back to the studio for commercial break.
Completed by now.
Yeah, they're running behind.
Yeah, they need to.
So the new batsman, actually Salik is going to be facing Salik Iqbal. He's on 37 from 22 deliveries. The Wolves, 135 for 4. So it's going to be Gurmeet Singh, left arm orthodox. This is his last over. Walks, tossed up, and Salik hits it high, hard, out of the ground, 6 runs. Salik Iqbal meaning business here. That was a good shot by Salik Iqbal, showing some urgency this time and hitting that ball high, hard, and handsome, straight over the long on boundary for 6 runs. So Salik goes up to 43 from 23 deliveries. The Wolves 141 for 4. 21 runs needed for victory here. Gurmeet Singh being taken to the cleaners here by Salik Iqbal. Singh walks, delivers, and Salik hits it high, hard. This time, this ball doesn't have the carry. It's out caught right on the boundary. Good catch by the fielder. Good, he timed that nicely. So Salik Iqbal goes for 43. Caught on the boundary. Well caught on the boundary there. Gurmeet Singh getting his man. The total 141 for 5. They need 21 runs for victory here as the new batsman is going to be Naeem Arif. So the Wolves would need 21 runs here. Both batsmen at the crease is on 0. So, a good way to stem the run rate is by picking up wickets, bowling dot balls and building pressure. And Gurmeet Singh, Very good bowling there by Gurmeet Singh. So far, 2 for 33. Slow left arm spinner. And 4 more deliveries in his spell. I see many strange things happen in this T20 game already. But the slower you bowl to the end of the game, it's make it much more difficult for the batsmen to get that momentum. So Usman Ali is on strike. Red pads. He hits a long ball himself. Gurmeet comes up, goes to Usman, and he slaps it. Oh, that was 4 runs. Good shot. The fielder knocked it down but couldn't recover, and the ball goes into the boundary there for 4 runs. So Usman Ali's on 4, gets off the mark there. As I was telling you guys earlier, when this guy just came from Pakistan in 2018, I saw him made 100. It was just 6 after 6. So Usman taps his bat and face, Guzman comes up, and he just tugs it along the line. Goes to a short mid-on, and the batsman just crossed for 1 run. So Usman goes up to 1, he was up to 5. The total 146 for 5 here. Brings Naeem Arif, takes his guard from the umpire. So Gurmeet Singh, 3.5 overs for 38 runs, 2 wickets, comes up. And Naeem playing a bit agricultural shot there, just tugging it across the line there. Wicketkeeper stops it. 146 for 5. Gurmeet Singh walks, delivers. And Naeem hits it high in the air. Let's see what's going to happen here. Fielder comes young, and in the meantime, the batsman crossed for 2 runs. So came down to the commentator booth, and my vantage point was being blocked. But in the meantime, the batsman crossed for 2 runs. So 148 for 5. Another 17 to win. So there's a mid-wicket conference. Usman Ali is going to be taking strike. And we all know where this ball is going to go. If he only pitches up to this guy, it's going to be out of the ground for 6 runs. So the field, you have cow corner on the boundary, square leg on the boundary, long on the boundary, short mid-wicket. Jasmeet Singh comes up, bowls to Usman. And he's out, LBW. LBW. Plum ball played across the line, neck and crop, straight delivery. And I know it was LBW from Plum LBW. Just a bad shot. That was a straight delivery, but just a bad shot by the batsman. And the minute it hit the pad, I know it was LBW. So 148 for 6. $14 runs for victory. As I say, in cricket, I have seen all sorts of things happens in cricket. .148 chasing 162 for victory here. Naeem is on 2. Imran Mohammed walks in. So it's getting hot. It's getting hot in the middle. .5 overs to go. As I say, we're witnessing a match in the Memorial Labor Day Cup. Labor Day Cup. The Big Tree, sponsored by the Big Tree Sports. We're at Marine Park. Sun isn't with us anymore. Jasmeet Singh comes up. And he plays that nicely into the covers. Lovely shot there. Good cricket shot. Goes out to the man sweeping in the boundary. In the meantime, the batsman just crossed for 1 run. So Mohammed is on 1. Imran Mohammed brings Naeem Arif into strike. It's a beautiful cricket matches taking place here at Marine Park. T20 cricket. A lot of entertainment. See a lot of stroke play, a lot of good fast bowling. Jasmeet Singh goes past umpire and bowls to Naeem. And he flicks it, lovely shot there. Runs in the making. When he get 1, fielder comes off the boundary. And in the meantime, the batsman crossed for 1 run. That was a good shot. Pitched up under the legs. And he worked it very nicely, elegantly down to the man in the mid-wicket boundary. Who came off the boundary and he got 1 run for the shot. 150 for 6. 12 runs needed for victory. Jasmeet Singh runs away from the commentator booth end. Goes past umpire now and bowls to Mohammed. Mohammed looks good. Elegantly played. 1 more run. 151 for 6. 11 more runs for victory here. From 3.2 overs, Jasmeet Singh throwing the ball from hand to hand. Not sure if that's a turban or patka. Goes past umpire now. And bowls to Naeem. And he just plays it nicely, open at the face of the bat. Runs it down to third man. That ball is going close to the boundary. The fielder kicks it with a boot. Pulls it back just inside the boundary. And in the meantime, the batsman crossed for 2 runs. So 2 more runs to the total. 153 for 6. 9 runs for victory here. Jasmeet Singh is going to be bowling to Naeem Arif. Shadows begins to lengthen, goes past umpire and bowls this one. And he flicks it, lovely shot there. There's runs in the making. The fielder comes off the square leg boundary. Picks up. In the meantime, the batsman just crossed for 1 run. 154 for 6. Ends the over. The latest score at Marine Park. The Wolves chasing 162 for victory. 154 for 6. Back to master control. So 3 overs to go. 8 runs to get for victory. Denville McKenzie, the man from Westmoreland, Jamaica, is back into the attack. Former Jamaica fast bowler. So far his figures, 3 overs, no maiden, 36 runs, 1 wicket. Bit expensive. Going at 12 runs over. So Naeem Arif is going to be facing.
They're not worrying about winning. They want to
Run rate.
Make it quick, so the run rate gets up.
Comes up.
No,
And he hits it up into the air and is out caught. So another wicket there to Denzel McKenzie. So Naeem Arif out caught at short extra cover there as he walks back to the pavilion. So when it comes to T20 matches, it's all about strike rate, run rates, and over rates. So that could be in T20 tournaments. It comes down to run rate a lot of times. So you have to try and make the runs as quick as possible. So just in case there's a tie, or you look at the points table, the team with the better run rate normally goes through. So as I said, the shadows begins to lengthen here. It's about 6:52 p.m. in New York, and Denville McKenzie now goes past umpire outside the off stump, flashes at it. As I always say, as a fast bowler, I love to see Denville McKenzie running off 12 or 13 paces. This three paces bowling don't do justice. On the back foot, plays it back. And there might be an overthrow here. 155 for 7. 155 for 7, chasing 161 runs for victory. The Rebels 161 for 9 from 17 overs. The Wolves 155 for 7. Outside the line of the off stump, wide signal by the umpire. So that was wide outside the off stump, and the batsman flashing at it didn't collect an umpire signal wide. So as I say, let's come back to the bowler now. As I say, as a big fast bowler, I love to see him running in and putting some energy, some effort into his bowling instead of just running off 3 or 4 paces and bowling off his momentum. Comes up, bowls to, he flicks it on the onside and gets a single. In the meantime, the batsman just campered another run. So 158 for 7. 4 more runs for victory. Lovely there for cricket here. Coming to the end of the match. We're down to the business era now. Business end. 4 more runs for victory. Comes up also. McKenzie, he cracked it. There's runs in the making here. The ball goes down to the man on the third man. Boundary there. In the meantime, the batsman crossed for 1 run. 159 for 7. The Wolves tracing 162 for victory. And Denville McKenzie 1, 2, 3 steps bowls. And he's bowled him. Neck and crop bowl, missing completely. Well pitched up by good bowling here by McKenzie. Pitching it up. And that ball hitting the off stump. 3-3. McKenzie clean bowling the batsman there. Imran and McKenzie getting good return for his work here today. 3 overs to 41 runs. But most importantly, if you look in the wicket column, he got 3 wickets and he made 30 odd runs. So good outing there by Denville McKenzie, the man from Jamaica. Rizwan Akram is the new batsman. He's been batting well all season. So don't be surprised if you just get 1 hit from Rizwan Akram. So the commentary is brought to you here by the Big Tree Sports. We're at Marine Park Live, the Labor Day Cup. Exciting cricket today. A lot of runs being scored here. .159 for 8. 3 runs for victory here. Just want to thank the Big Tree Sports for giving me the opportunity to do some commentary here at Marine Park. Cricket, lovely cricket. Live here at Marine Park, Brooklyn. Imran Mohammed is going to be faking strike. 3 runs for victory here. Jasmeet Singh so far 2 overs for 14 runs and 2 wickets. Good return. And he played a beautiful hand today with the bat. Singh runs away from the commentator board end, goes past umpire now and bowls this one. And hitting it in the air. There's runs in the making. That ball is going down to the boundary, and the fielder stops it just inside the boundary in the meantime the batsman crosses for 2 runs. So 2 runs to Imran Mohammed. So the score is a level, 161 for 8. Need 1 more run for victory here.
2 more.
1 more run for victory here. And the commentary is brought to you by the Big Tree Sports Labor Day Cup. Jasmeet Singh goes past umpire now, bowls this one, and he drives it nicely into the covers. A victory here for Wolves. They're beating the Rebels. That's the end of the match. The latest score at Marine Park, 162 for 8. The Wolves winning by 2 wickets, back to master control.